Hey everybody, Ryan Grant here and a massive welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a little 3-word quote that I saw from a guy's YouTube video that I just want to drive this point home to you guys. You know, if you're a skinny man and you're looking to bulk and gain muscle and you're just starting off in your gym journey in 2025, this point is really going to resonate with you, and this is how you're going to crack the code to consistency in the gym. Because I'm aware that, you know, at the start of everyone's gym journeys, people are trying to find, you know, the code to crack consistency and to actually how to make proper gains in the gym. And in my opinion, this is the way to do it, okay? So stay till the end of the video because please, I need to explain this to you, my friend, okay? But before we do get into this video, I just want to shout out the man's YouTube that I actually got this 3-word quote from. You know, he said it in his video. He may not have necessarily been the first person to ever say it, but, you know, he just sort of got, you know, he sort of brought the point up, if that makes sense. So his name is Kieran O'Donnell. His channel's going to be in the description. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into what I want to talk about in this video. So as you guys can see on the, you know, in the video title, the quote I'm talking about in this video is fun over optimal, okay? And this is something super important, and in my opinion, this can be the make or break to whether someone actually makes it in the gym. Because first of all, I just want to discuss how in any realm of life, not just the gym, alright, it could be with a business, it could be, you know, and it could be in a fucking science lab for all I care, right? If you don't enjoy the thing you're doing, then the chance of you becoming good at it is very slim, okay? If you know, you choose to pursue a profession in your life that you don't necessarily enjoy and that you absolutely hate, the chances of you not doing as well as someone who has a huge passion for that, who loves it, lives it, and breathes it, is going to be very high. You may not necessarily going to do as well as you potentially could if you were to do something you enjoy. And in this situation, if you are not necessarily enjoying the gym because you're doing what's optimal and what you should be doing over exercises that you want to do and that you find fun, then the chances of you quitting and not getting anywhere with your gym journey and with the gym in general is going to be very high, okay? So this sort of brings me on to my first point and topic that I want to get on into this video. So I want to get onto science-based and optimal lifting, okay? And this is because this has been a thing in the last 3-4 years that has absolutely exploded in popularity in the fitness industry. And if you obviously not necessarily know what science-based slash optimal lifting is, it's basically just, you know, lifting by science, right? Researching and discovering new evidence that science provides in order to basically just tell us what's best in order to grow muscle, right? And the reason I bring this up because so many people nowadays are, you know, they're following this stuff, and especially beginners and rookies in the gym. And I just want to quickly disclaim before I go into this point. I think this is an absolutely fantastic thing that science is progressing and developing and, you know, coming up with new ways and the better ways and the more efficient ways to grow muscle. I think it's fantastic. I definitely learn from them, and I think you definitely should as well. However, the problem with a beginner, if you are going purely off science-based and optimal lifting, is that it drives back to the quote that I titled this video with. If you're purely relying on you're on your knees obeying to this science-based stuff, then you're going to be switching that quote around, and most likely you're going to be doing optimal over fun. And this is not, I'm going to explain why that is in, you know, in a few minutes, but this is not what you want to be doing, because as I said at the beginning of this video, you want to be enjoying what you're doing as much as possible. And if you're switching these two things around and you're doing stuff that you should be doing, then you may not necessarily be doing stuff that you want to be doing, okay? And that just completely takes the enjoyment and the fun out of the equation. And in my personal opinion, there's no greatness in anything in life if there's no fun or enjoyment in it. Alright? And this is really bad because it can fuck up someone's mindset towards the gym as well. If they're doing stuff that they should be doing or what's best to be doing, alright, even though there's no best exercise. I've got a video on that if you want to watch that. But if they're doing that stuff, then that's going to really mess up their mindset, because the gym's going to start to feel like a chore, because they're not going to the gym excited to do exercises that they want to do. They've got to do exercises that they should be doing, or that, you know, the new buzz, all right? And that's going to lead to, you know, procrastination and then that's going to lead to inconsistency with the gym, not showing up when you're meant to, not making progress, being disappointed and dissatisfied, and this can ultimately lead to the person quitting the gym, and they're back in that never-ending cycle. They're back at square one. And this, in my opinion, is not how a beginner should be making progress at the start of their gym journey, okay? And as I said before I went into this video, obviously, I'm not saying that you can't learn from this science-based and optimal lifting stuff. I'm not saying that there's not good points you can take away. I've taken away so many good points that have made absolute game changers to my training. However, I'm going to get into why that's good for me, and it may not necessarily be good for you as a beginner. And this is because a lot of the science-based stuff and a lot of the optimal stuff, it basically helps us refine our lifting by making the tiniest possible tweaks that you as a beginner do not need to worry about. This is what I'm trying to say, okay? And I'll give you guys a really good example. So, for example, I was watching a Jeff Nippard video the other week, and he was talking about how this new study has, it's come out and told us how we can make leg extensions more efficient. And it's about, moving the seat all the way back so we can get a bigger stretch on our quads at the bottom of the movement. You beginners don't necessarily need to worry about that at the start, okay? Obviously, it may be more efficient. However, as a beginner, your room for growth is absolutely huge. So you don't necessarily need to worry about making the tiny tweaks yet. They can come a little bit later down the line. What is important to you now is the basics, learning the correct form, learning what foods to put in your system to, that's good for you, right? The really, really basic things, just getting consistent with the gym, just showing up to the gym, which I'll get onto in a second, right? They are the basic things you need to worry about, and you don't necessarily need to be worrying about this advanced stuff that these new studies are bringing out all the time. And this is because, as I just said, as a beginner, you are more sensitive to muscle growth, and you have got more room for muscle growth. Compared to these advanced guys who this information will be more useful to, they've got very little margin for gain. Therefore, they have to pay extreme attention to detail if they want to make gains, because they've basically, a lot of the advanced guys who are natural, they have filled out their potential. Therefore, they've got to be as detailed as possible in what they're doing, and they have to pay as much attention to detail as possible if they want to make progress. However, you don't necessarily need to do that, because your muscles are very sensitive to adaptation at the start of your gym journey. And what this means is, to be honest, if I'm being brutally honest with you, this basically means that you can do less and you can gain more compared to an advanced lifter, okay? So that's why I'm saying you don't necessarily need to worry about the science-based stuff yet, alright? And a lot of the time, you can see people online, these optimal guys saying that bench press isn't optimal. However, because your muscles are so sensitive to adaptation and stimulation at the start of your gym journey, basically, if you perform anything right, anything's going to work, whether it's optimal or not optimal, anything's going to work for you. And I'm not even joking. At the start of your gym journey, if you're a beginner and if you're a rookie and if you're just getting into it, if you're a skinny guy trying to bulk and gain muscle, all you need to do is go to the gym, learn how to do exercises, and learn what foods to put in your system, and you will make progress. It is that simple. It is that simple, because your muscles are so sensitive to it. So back to, how does this link to the quote I was talking about? You don't necessarily need to worry about the optimal. What you need to worry about at the start of your gym journey is the fun. How you're going to get consistent is having fun, enjoying what you're doing. If someone says bench press isn't optimal, which is what a lot of these science guys are saying, then stuff that, because whatever exercises you do, if you perform them right, they're going to work. So if you enjoy to do bench press, do bench press. However, if you're 8 years into your gym journey and the margin for gains are very small and bench press isn't necessarily optimal, then at that point you can probably switch to do another exercise that is probably better for muscle growth, because you're going to be consistent and the gym is second nature to you, so you don't necessarily need to worry about doing the exercises that you enjoy and that are most fun. And B, you're going to have more experience, so you're going to know you and your own body. And there's so much to it, alright? But I don't necessarily want to go into it and confuse you, but there's so much to it, and there's so many reasons why you don't need to be worrying about the optimal stuff, and you need to just worry about the exercises that you enjoy, that you know, you need to just worry that you're having fun in the gym, all right? If you're having fun in the gym as a beginner, that is how you're going to make progress. It is simple as that, okay? And just before I let you guys go, I just want to thank you because, you know, you're still here. I really appreciate it, and I hope I've driven the point across to you. And because you're still here, I would love it if I could invite you guys to my very own free online community called the SlimToSculpt Alliance. It's going to be the top link in the description below, and what we do is have a mission of helping as many skinny men as possible bulk and gain muscle. We've got 170 plus people in there embarking on the exact same journey as you if you're a skinny man who wants to bulk and gain muscle in 2025, holding each other accountable every day. I've got loads of videos in there beyond these that are going to help you in your pursuit to gaining muscle and making 2025 your year. So if that sounds good to you and you actually want to make a change and you want to stop starting and quitting the gym and you're a skinny man who wants to bulk and gain muscle, then I'd absolutely love to see you in there. It's going to be the top link in the description. But for now, that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, and I've driven the point across to you, and it's going to make a little bit of a difference in there for you, then I'd love it if you could drop a like, you know, a cheeky little comment, any positive feedback, any negative feedback, anything I can be working on. You know, I don't get too many comments, so you know, I'll get back to you most certainly. And if you want to stay around for any other YouTube videos, drop a subscription. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday, so it'll be an absolute pleasure to help you along the way. So if you want my help beyond these YouTube videos, my community is going to be the top link in the description. But without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video.